Addison was diagnosed in 2009, right around Memorial Day. And he had been complaining of rib pain, but he was playing spring football. So of course we took him to the doctor, and nothing prepares you for the white blood cell count. And the doctor saying in a very low voice, "We think he has leukemia."
Getting a cancer diagnosis at that age, you don't really know what it is. You try to Google WebMD, find out what leukemia is. It's always hard to tell, and you're just kind of confused in the beginning, not really knowing what to expect. And then kind of as the days turn into weeks and months, and kind of learn, what you're dealing with, and there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days.
Leukemia for children is 3 years typically. And in my son's case, he relapsed into his brain and spine. So then we had proton radiation.
So whenever I had relapsed, they had given me a 50-50 chance of, kind of death or survival. And so I had gotten 2 roses to kind of symbolize the colors on there. The clock on the back is set to my diagnosis date. So this little deal right here is called, it was the beads of courage. The Purple Heart symbolized, once you were cancer-free, had done the 3 years of chemo, radiation, all of that.
Family doesn't know what to say. Friends don't know what to say, and they show up, or even people you love can't be present for you.
One of the biggest things about cancer is it's such an isolating disease. You're angry, you're upset, you're sad, you don't know where to turn, and you think that your experience is completely different than any experience anyone has had, and it's not. I mean, everyone feels the pain, the isolation.
Cancer is so isolating if you choose it, and even if you don't choose it, it can just be so tough.
So Candlelighters, I don't remember specifically how we met. I just remember one day I was in the hospital getting chemo or something, and they came by, kind of introduced themselves, and they really kind of made you feel like you were part of a group and that you weren't alone.
Candlelighters was one of the first friendships, hospital friendships, that with our parent consultant, and she was a lifeline.
Oh, I mean, the emotional impact and kind of support that you get from just being surrounded by people who have gone through the same thing is, you can't put into words how great it is. One thing is everyone always wants to help so much, and sometimes whenever you're sick and you're on chemo, you just don't want people to keep coming over and having to feel like they're helping you, and you feel bad because you want to thank them, but you just feel so bad and you want to throw up. And to have people that have gone through it, they understand that, and they can sit by your side and they don't have to say anything.
It was just a gift that's, I'll get emotional, but the gift that just keeps on giving. And you think everyone should have that experience. If you're going to go through hell, you need some best friends holding your hands.
So just to feel like you have a friend. I mean, it's like being at a new school and having no one to sit with at lunch, and then someone comes up and gives you a spot. And they were just always so nice and would always come by, and just kind of a familiar face to look forward to seeing.
They were there not just for us. They were there for everyone, and no one was excluded. And I think that was the absolute beauty of that type of, I keep saying friendship, but it really was.
Oh, I mean, Candlelighters, so some of the small things that they did that would just make things feel so much better, it's always the small things. But they would, validate our parking every time we were there. And it doesn't sound like a big thing, but it was just feeling like you have someone that's on your team that's always looking out for you. They would always come by and talk to us, make our day feel better. And I remember the first Christmas that I was diagnosed, they came over with just this huge, bucket of presents and it was right whenever I had just lost my hair. I was feeling, just terrible about myself. I was all swollen from the steroids. And it meant the world. They just came over, and, it's not very common that people just do things for you out of the goodness of their soul.
And it wasn't just helping with parking. It wasn't the Christmas gifts for our whole family. It was that sense of community through the 3 years that we were there.
It seems like there's always some ulterior motive to whatever people are doing. And this, Candlelighters is not that. They came over and just wanted to, let me know that they were thinking about me and that they were supporting me. And they just have a weird way of always coming in at just the right moment to, make your day better and to remind you that they care. Went to A&M for college, spent 4 years over there with kinesiology and exercise science. Ended up going to PA school, and then ended up meeting my wife in PA school, and we moved down to San Antonio because we love the trails, the nature, cheap cost of living, good medical center. And I was in cardiology, and now I'm in interventional radiology, and just enjoying life.
There's really not enough words in the English language to describe the unconditional love that I have for Candlelighters and what they do to families, and to know we have been out of the village, so to speak, for 7 years. But to know that at any given time you can pick up the phone and talk to them, because just because you get out of treatment doesn't mean you don't stop worrying. You don't remember many things that you're told in the beginning because you're in shock, but you do remember the people that show up.